Collectible minifigures are some of LEGO's best-selling products, but despite this we have never seen a LEGO Star Wars CMF, and we are not likely to see one either. I decided to create my own concept for a LEGO Star Wars The Old Republic CMF line, as The Old Republic is a beloved era in Star Wars that didn't get enough representation in LEGO sets. I am not the most well versed in the Old Republic content, so let me know if I get any facts wrong in the comments down below. The first minifigure I want to talk about is HK-47, a memorable character from the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series, originally designed as an assassination droid and known for his distinctive personality and dark humor. Throughout the series, HK-47 assists players in various missions, showcasing his combat capabilities and loyalty to his creator, while also exploring themes of morality and the nature of servitude. He has become quite an iconic character from the Old Republic era of Star Wars, and I think he would be a very interesting droid design in LEGO, and a perfect fit for something such as a CMF line. We could perhaps see some new molds for the headpiece, as well as the physical body pieces to create an all-around new droid minifigure. The next character I want to look at is one most of you know quite well, and that is Darth Revan, who of course we have seen in LEGO Star Wars before. Darth Revan is a central figure in Star Wars The Old Republic era, and was a Jedi Knight who turned Sith Lord after becoming disillusioned with the Jedi during the Mandalorian Wars. Alongside his apprentice, Darth Malak, he led a war against the Republic, only to be betrayed by Malak. Captured by the Jedi once again, Revan's memory was erased, and he was retrained as a Jedi Knight, eventually reclaiming his identity and defeating Darth Malak. His complex journey between the light and dark sides left a lasting impact on both the Sith and the Jedi, making him a legendary figure in the Old Republic era. For this CMF, I decided to include both Darth Revan and his Jedi alternative, as both outfits are just so cool and would make amazing LEGO Star Wars minifigures. For Darth Revan, we would see a new design much improved from his previous minifigure, and his Jedi minifigure would be the more newer and exclusive minifigure for the CMF concept. Another thing that could happen is to create a female alternative for Darth Revan, as in the original game you customized your character as either a male or a female character, and the player character ends up being Revan himself, or herself if that was the character you created for your playthrough. So it is a cool way to get a brand new version of Darth Revan. Darth Nihilus is another quite iconic figure from the Old Republic era, and he is a formidable antagonist from the second Knights of the Old Republic video game. He is known for his insatiable hunger for Force energy, which led him to consume the life force of entire planets. Personally, I think Nihilus is the coolest looking Sith Lord in all of Star Wars, and his character is just purely scary. A concept of a Sith Lord that should give any Jedi nightmares. He would make for such a good LEGO Star Wars minifigure as well, making use of several cloth and cape pieces to show his ghostly wraith-like shape, and a printed face to show his white skull-like mask. As we are not likely to see a CMF in real LEGO Star Wars, hopefully LEGO adds him as an anniversary minifigure someday, as we were fortunate enough to see Malak this year. Another Sith Lord prominent in the second video game is Darth Sion, a significant antagonist in the game and known as the Lord of Pain. This is a really interesting character, as he left the Jedi Order because he was consumed by his desire to endure pain. I mean, the characters in this era were just so interesting compared to stuff we see today. Anyway, a minifigure on this character would be amazing, and would be mostly in the style of the Mustafar Anakin we saw back in 2017, with all the wounds and different marks all across his torso. This is a character I really want to see in LEGO Star Wars, and this would be the perfect way to see him. Darth Traya, or originally known as Kreia, is a complex and pivotal character once again in the second video game, and a former Jedi and mentor to both Nihilus and Sion. Looking at images and sources of this character, one standout feature is the 3 purple lightsabers floating around her. Her whole look is just really unique and interesting, which is overall one of the coolest things about this era of Star Wars, as all the characters are just so interesting and have such cool designs. This character in LEGO Star Wars would be very interesting as well, although the floating lightsabers wouldn't wouldn't really work unless we get 3 transparent stands for the lightsabers to attach on the base of this minifigure, or a single purple lightsaber would even do the trick for this LEGO Star Wars minifigure. Reaching some light side characters, I included Bastila Shan, a key figure in the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic storyline. As a Jedi Knight during the Jedi Civil War, Bastila played a crucial role in the capture of Darth Revan, helping to bring him back to the light side. We have never seen Bastila Shan depicted in LEGO Star Wars before, despite being one of the more prominent characters in the Old Republic video games, and I think seeing her in this CMF could be really cool. For characters like this, I'd love to see a new lightsaber hilt piece for double-bladed lightsabers, as a CMF would be the best way to introduce something like this. Satele Shan is a descendant of Bastila Shan, and once again an important character in the Old Republic era, and a powerful Jedi who eventually rose to become the Grand Master during the war against the Sith Empire. This is a minifigure we have seen before, and a minifigure I think is really good and one of the better minifigures of the time. However, as an important character in the Old Republic, I think a remake of this character would be worth making for a CMF like this. And overall, as this is my concept, I just decided I wanted this minifigure in the video, despite it already being made, and that goes for several of the characters in this CMF honestly, as I think they are worth remaking. And that is also how we reach Jace Malcolm, a key character in the Star Wars The Old Republic video game, known as a Republic Trooper and later the Supreme Commander of the Republic military. This is once again a minifigure we have seen before, but I think the version of this minifigure we have seen was a bit lacking, as it didn't include any helmet piece. I think the Republic Troopers in the Old Republic era looked so cool, and the minifigures we have previously seen were so cool too, but a remake of Jace Malcolm would be the perfect way to get a high quality named Republic Trooper with a brand new helmet mold, and if a remake of this minifigure isn't possible for this CMF, simply a standard Old Republic Trooper would also work really well. Karth Onasi is a central character in the first video game, serving as a skilled Republic pilot and a loyal ally to the player character, or of course Revan. His character design was fairly cool to me, quite a simple pilot type character, and in a way looks like the Han Solo character in the Old Republic era. Correct me if I am wrong on this one. I think he would make a good LEGO Star Wars minifigure and would be perfect in this CMF alongside the selection of minifigures included, although he isn't nearly as interesting as some of the other minifigures that I included. I decided to include the standard Old Republic Sith Trooper in this one as well, which we have seen in LEGO Star Wars before. I think these Sith Troopers look really cool and are some of the coolest dark side troopers we have ever seen, and way cooler than the newer First Order Sith Trooper variant. These minifigures could look so good in modern LEGO Star Wars, and I think notably what would be very different in this minifigure could be the use of a larger armor piece, as seen on Paz Vizsla or Wrecker from the Bad Batch, as these Sith Troopers are much bulkier than other troopers it seems. Alternatively, we could see the Sith Troopers as seen in the first Knights of the Old Republic game in their shiny silver armor, but I don't think they are as cool and recognizable as the later designs. The final minifigure I want to talk about is once again a character we have seen before, and that is Darth Malgus. In the CMF there are several characters I could have included that have not been made before, but I think several of these characters would be pivotal characters for a CMF line like this, and I couldn't exclude them purely because they have been made before. And quite honestly, I am still getting into the Old Republic era as I am making this video, so I don't know all the characters too well yet. And I want to include characters that I am fairly familiar with, except Malak of course, as he is fairly easy to obtain today. Anyway, Malgus is a really menacing Sith Lord from the Old Republic, and his current minifigure is one of the best for the time as well. However, a remake would once again be really amazing, a great way to get this otherwise rare character in LEGO Star Wars again, with new prints and details we couldn't see when this figure was originally released. And this minifigure concludes this concept for an Old Republic CMF line. Let me know what other characters you would have wanted to see in this CMF, and what other CMF lines you would want to see in the future. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. God bless you and cheers.